At first, the government ignored segregation, and even in some places promoted it. But as time grew on, the government realized that the color of someone's skin doesn't matter, and that the Constitution applies to everyone.
Throughout the Civil Rights Movement, many African Americans were forced to face hardship in gaining their rights. As to that, the Brown v. Board of Education sparked a state/nation change. Many African Americans were protesting the education system provided to their children.
The Brown v. Board of Education started when a third-grade girl, Linda Brown, was forced to walk a mile through a railroad switchyard just because the school near her home was for white kids.
As the Civil Rights Movement progressed, there were 11 cases challenging segregation laws in the fall of 1950. The NAACP added a 12th case, even though the previous cases had made no effect. The case was a last resort at a fully integrated school, but still planned carefully.
That 12th case was Linda Brown's. Although it was the 12th case filed, it was the first case presented for many reasons. One reason was because both of her parents were respected in the community because of their jobs. Another reason is because they lived in a non-southern state, proving that segregation is a national problem. Lastly, they chose her case because the schools were relatively equal, so there was no reason to have her go to a different school.
Many Supreme Court members believed that the colored school system was having a detrimental effect on the welfare of the colored people and their children. Many members thought that the colored school system was lacking a motivation for their children. During the Brown v. Board of Education case, the Supreme Court had ruled in favor to the plaintiff due to the abundant neglect to the black school system.
After the ruling, many schools started to become segregated in the North. Events such as the Little Rock Nine took place in the South, and the fight for full integration began. The NAACP were proud of their success at having 41% black population in Linda's school and neighborhood.
The Brown v. Board of Education was the most significant event during the Civil Rights era because it had overturned the separate but equal doctrine established by the Plessy decision. During the case, Brown had called into effect that the 14th Amendment requires equal rights while in America.
A major study in the Brown versus the Board of Education was when a colored girl was given 2 dolls to choose from, she would choose the doll with the fairer skin because they thought it was a nicer color. The study was done by Kenneth and Miami Clark, 2 psychologists whose study shocked the courts.
The Brown v. Board of Education gave African Americans the will to coexist with others and still be on respectful terms. Many advocates for desegregated schools were often beaten and harmed by the general public and other city police officers.